Hey down, this is Dave Decide. Today I want to get into BLACKPINK and specifically some people thinking that Jennie was insulted by Big Bang's T.O.P. But also I wanted to get into Suga and some cute marry me moments that have been happening. So hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your tumbler and spilling my much, and let's get into it. The first thing we need to talk about is the moment with Suga. Since years ago, ARMY have kind of been teasing Suga. He is absolutely adorable, but what I think makes him the most teasable is the fact that he doesn't typically react to anything and is always very stone-faced. But for some reason, when people show affection and love, he seems a little uncomfortable and it makes ARMY laugh, and it's so funny. There were moments ages ago at fan meets where an ARMY screamed out that Suga was so attractive and giving her heart problems, she was going to take legal action. This was later brought up again and possibly by a different ARMY at a concert, and Suga responded telling ARMY to just do it already. This joke was brought up again recently when Suga was active on Weverse, and someone posted a photo of two police officers arresting a cat, and Suga is known to be a cat. That is the animal he goes by. So this was a joke to say that this is the legal action that they were going to take on Suga for being too attractive. Suga replied to this post and said, "Put me down and then we'll talk." I think this is the first time he's acknowledged he's a cat. The animal things are all given by the fandom, and some of the members have yet to acknowledge their animal. Taeyang is between a lion and a bear, I think. Lion, I am not sure where it came from, but the bear is because he has a song called Winter Bear. But anywho, back to Suga. That joke of Suga being too attractive then evolved into what is now Yoongi marry me joke. Taeyang specifically catalyzed this joke. Every time BTS went live, he would almost look for these comments, and the members even made a joke about it. I believe saying that the comments go so fast, how does one even notice the Yoongi marry me comments? But Taeyang did notice them and reads them out loud, and it was very funny because when Taeyang did read it out loud, Suga always had a funny reaction to the comment. But then it became a big joke where even when Suga was not there, ARMYs would write Yoongi marry me, and it's just so funny. Like, they did it when it was just Jungkook live or when it was Taeyang, Jungkook, J-Hope, and Jimin live, and of course all of them had a great laugh at these comments. There were even theories that it was Suga writing those comments. So funny. Now, during the last day of the PTT concert, some ARMYs bought a poster that said Yoongi marry me, and it was read out loud again by another member. And Suga noticed it, but this time the ARMYs that were there and that said it got an in-person reaction to the comment, and Suga would be forced to give some sort of in-person answer. It's easy to reject someone when you don't see their face, but to do it in person, it's a bit harder. Life hack: only propose in person, not in the metaverse. Don't do it there. Immediately the answer will be no. But Suga's response was hilarious. He said, "Well, we are in the city of drive-through marriages." That's not a no. I think Suga just got married. If the girl who proposed was an ordained or a priest, they'd be married. Also, interesting that Suga knows about the drive-through marriages. Well, I guess they're in Vegas, so they probably have seen them. But it was definitely funny as someone who seems to very openly reject these comments and shrug them off, give an actual answer and suggest a place to get married. Y'all be on the lookout for the next few days to see if Yoongi is carrying a ring. I'm joking, of course. I don't think he is married, but I thought the answer he gave makes it seem like he would be down to do it. I don't know. I'm glad to see our boys have fun. Suga and the rest of the members, excluding RM, have left to go back to Korea. This is exciting to hear, as I think maybe they plan on working on their album back in Korea. And RM is staying because he has talked about his mixtape and that he is trying to get that done. And perhaps he has some interesting collabs he is filming with now. Y'all, RM should do a country song with Lil Nas X or something, or like a heavy metal song with like a punk artist. That would be unexpected. But it's also fun to see other K-pop acts have fun too. Recently in the news, of BLACKPINK and specifically Jennie were being talked about at Coachella. I honestly didn't think that Jennie would make it to Coachella or have the time, but was definitely surprised to see that she made it, and it seemed like she really enjoyed her time there and hopefully gained some inspiration from the other acts. While BLACKPINK did not perform at Coachella this year, there were definitely acts that did, or at least one K-pop act. The group 2NE1 was reunited together and they performed. People were wondering if Jennie managed to see them perform or if she was there just to see them. But people concluded that it was a different day that Jennie was there, or even if Jennie was there on that day, Jennie's label YG wouldn't allow her to see 2NE1, as YG wouldn't want her photographed and associated with 2NE1, as YG has beef with 2NE1. But these are all conspiracy theories. We do not know if this is true. Big Bang was announced to make their comeback recently, but also the member T.O.P has left YG. Now, I don't know if he is on another label or what the deal is here, but T.O.P has posted a story that got the internet really wound up. He posted a tweet promoting To Anyone, and in the photo, it also promoted BLACKPINK. However, in the caption of the photo, he scratched out BLACKPINK's name, and it just said, To Anyone joins group to ever perform at Coachella. And of course, the internet wondered why T.O.P crossed out BLACKPINK. Was it because he didn't like Jennie? Which is possible, right? Like if G-Dragon is dating Jennie, T.O.P being G-Dragon's friend, could not like the girlfriend. That is a possibility that does happen sometimes where you don't like your friend's partner. But I think all of that is much less likely. While there are some people who do believe T.O.P doesn't like BLACKPINK, it is also believed that BLACKPINK was crossed out to avoid controversy. T.O.P is no longer with YG, so he would get in trouble for promoting a YG artist. It becomes not a matter of hate, but a matter of politics, saying, I maybe don't want to promote the company that I just left. And there could also be some legal reasons there as well. So then of course he can only promote To Anyone because they also left YG. I would say this is more shade to the company than BLACKPINK, as YG doesn't like To Anyone, so this could have been kind of like a message to them. I don't know. I don't think T.O.P hates BLACKPINK, and I definitely do not think this was a way T.O.P tried to insult or mock BLACKPINK. And it wouldn't make sense if this was him mocking, because BLACKPINK is still in the photo. If he was so bent on hurting BLACKPINK, there's more better ways to do it to really drive home the point that he doesn't like BLACKPINK. For example, just using a To Anyone specific news article, like if you can find an article that says To Anyone breaks history by performing at Coachella, and then he could write best K-pop group to ever perform at Coachella. That would be mocking BLACKPINK. Not him acknowledging BLACKPINK by posting a photo of them, but scratching out their name to avoid controversy. He could have chosen to either not post anything or post what he did, which no matter what he posts on this subject, he is going to get hate. I think at this point in their career and BigBang, they have all done so much and have a lot of issues as a group and maybe even personally in their development. And the issues get a bit murky, so I won't talk too much about that, but I don't think the members of BigBang care anymore. They have more than enough money to not do music anymore, I am sure, and at this point, I don't think they feel like they need to censor themselves online or not say how they actually feel. So if BigBang or T.O.P really hated BLACKPINK, they'd come out and say it. Also, I don't really think T.O.P hates BLACKPINK. I think BigBang and or T.O.P has tried really hard before BLACKPINK's debut to help BLACKPINK and specifically Jennie. I think G-Dragon was Jennie's mentor, and the other members were likely that too. Jennie's voice has changed a lot. If you listen to her sing when she was younger, it was lighter and it sounded like her voice was very soft. All of the members' voices except Lisa, I think, now the members have a much heavier full chest voice, which is often how a lot of men sing. I'm not saying this is 100% true or fact. This is just my theory that BLACKPINK members did take notes from G-Dragon and there were likely some big mentorship stuff going on. It's really a shame that there was this falling out with T.O.P and YG, as I think they could further help more trainees and be a bigger part of artists in the YG label. Given this information, do you think there was intent for T.O.P to insult BLACKPINK and Jennie during the Coachella event? Do you think he was trying to say that To Anyone was better than BLACKPINK, and do you feel like there was some underlying drama there? I am definitely curious to hear your thoughts. I feel like the internet was making something that wasn't really a big deal into something that was. Crossing out someone's name or forgetting someone seems to be a big issue in K-pop. However, sometimes things need to be excluded for either safety so no one gets harassed, and sometimes things can't be associated with each other, legally or otherwise, and we don't always know the backstory behind things, so we can't or shouldn't make a judgment when it appears weird. We often like to jump to conclusions and assume the worst, and it's just so bad to assume the worst and cancel someone for an assumption that we made up in our heads with no evidence. Things look bad, that's life, but it doesn't always mean it is bad. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.